America had its legends, its champions, its titans of the table, names carved into the history of pool. They ruled tournaments, commanded money matches, and filled smoky pool halls with stories of glory. But when each of these giants faced one man, they all fell. Again, and again, and again. His name was Efren Bata Reyes, the magician. For decades, the United States, the kingdom of Q Sports, could not solve the puzzle of this quiet man from the Philippines. Before Reyes ever set foot in America, the game was an American empire. The 1970s and 80s were dominated by names like Mike Siegel, Buddy Hall, and Earl Strickland. These men were household names in pool circles, power players, fearless shot makers, brimming with confidence. The pool in America was fast, loud, aggressive. It was about sending the cue ball crashing with authority, making shots that left the crowd gasping. In those days, outsiders were not taken seriously. Pool was America's game, its birthright, and its stage. No foreigner had ever truly come in and taken over. That was about to change. In the mid-1980s, rumors began spreading through underground pool halls. Somewhere, out there, was a player unlike any other. He wasn't loud, he wasn't flashy, he was quiet, calm, almost invisible. But when he picked up a cue, the atmosphere shifted. His name was Efren. But in America, he was known as someone else, Cesar Morales. Why the disguise? Because when he first came to the US, Reyes didn't want anyone to know who he was. He slipped into America's pool halls under a false name, testing himself against the best, without the weight of reputation, and one by one he dismantled them. Champions who had dominated for years suddenly found themselves confused, helpless, and defeated. They didn't even know who they were playing, but they knew one thing. America had a problem, and that problem was named Efren. Reyes didn't play pool like anyone else. He didn't just make shots, he saw shots. Angles invisible to other players seemed obvious to him. Cue ball paths that looked impossible were suddenly routine. His control was so precise it looked like witchcraft. While Americans leaned on raw power, Efren relied on touch. Where they forced the table, he danced with it. His game was geometry, patience, and anticipation. He was always 2 steps ahead. Players who watched him were left stunned. Was it luck? Was it trickery? It was genius. That's why they called him the Magician. 1994. The US Open 9-ball championship, the biggest stage in American pool. No foreign player had ever won it. The best of the best, Siegel, Strickland, Archer, had all cemented their names here. But that year, Efren Reyes entered. And he didn't just win, he dominated. He carved through the field, dismantling legends one after another.
You know, you really have to feel good for Reyes. You know, I mean,
that's a great match.
When it was over, history had been rewritten. A Filipino had conquered America's crown jewel. Commentators struggled to describe what they were seeing. Some called it magic. Others said it was destiny. For Reyes, it was just a pool. But the most dangerous part of Efren's game wasn't just his shot making, it was his mind. He never showed emotion, no fist pumps, no trash talk, no frustration, just calm, deadly calm. He let opponents believe they had him cornered. And just when they relaxed, he struck back. Safeties so clever, they seemed unfair. Kicks so accurate, they looked impossible. Banks, cuts, and escapes no one else dared attempt. Reyes executed with a smile. Earl Strickland once admitted, "Efren plays shots nobody else sees. He gets inside your head." This wasn't just a pool, it was psychological warfare disguised as silence. 1996. Manila buzzed with anticipation. Efren Reyes versus Earl Strickland, the color of money match. Race to 120, $100,000 at stake. 2 titans, 1 table. Strickland, the fiery, confident American. Reyes, the calm, calculating magician. The clash was legendary. Shot after shot, safety after safety, the momentum swung like a pendulum. But in the end, Reyes did what he always did. He broke Strickland. He silenced the crowd. And he walked away not just with the prize, but with America's soul. So why couldn't America beat Efren Reyes? Because while they were playing checkers, he was playing chess. Where they rushed, he waited. Where they muscled the cue ball, he guided it with precision. Where they focused on power, he focused on angles. Reyes didn't just play the game, he reimagined it. His years of hustling in Manila's rough pool halls had forged him. No coaches, no safety nets, just survival. Every shot mattered because every shot could mean the difference between eating and going hungry. By the time he arrived in America, he wasn't just talented, he was unbreakable, sharper than any Q-tip in the world. Today, Efren Bata Reyes is more than a champion. He is a legend, a myth, a master who changed the way the world sees pool. He humbled giants, he inspired generations, he proved that greatness can come from anywhere, even a small town in Pampanga, Philippines. His opponents learned it the hard way. No matter how strong they were, no matter how confident they felt, they couldn't beat him. Because Efren wasn't chasing victory. He was rewriting the very game they thought they had mastered. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button, subscribe for more legends of the table, and share this with someone who still thinks pool is just a game. Because once you've seen what Efren Reyes did, you'll never look at the table the same way again.